And so I'd like to take a few minutes to update you on the search and call process and committee. Before I do call your attention to the board up here, this is our committee. You can see it's a relatively diverse committee with Jake anchoring the youth end of the committee and me, the age. So I think we're both representing those pretty well. It's really a good committee. People have served in various roles in the church, come from various backgrounds, which I think really help us as a committee to find the right person to serve us. The one thing I would say about each and every one of those people, if they were up here speaking today, I think they would tell you how humble they are to have the opportunity to serve on that committee. It's obviously important work, and it's an absolute privilege to serve with each of them. The committee is also being supported by Reverend Dr. Penny Ross Corona, some of which you've met. She's our regional minister from the Christian Church of Mid-America Disciples of Christ. We've been really well served by her. She's been in our pulpit before, tremendously talented person, and has been a big help and will be through this whole process. Search and call process is it's essentially a two-phase process. Our initial task is to bring an interim minister to the board, to the congregation for consideration. That task is underway. We've been presented with two candidates thus far for the interim post, and we'll actually be interviewing them this week. Both of the candidates are really outstanding, so we're excited to enter this phase of the process, because the type of interim that we're looking for is called an intentional interim minister. And they will be with us for up to 2 years, which is a long period of time. Actually surprised me and the rest of the committee, I think. But Dr. Penny Ross Corona explained to us that when you had an extended and successful ministry like we've had with James, a lot of people only know the church through James. And that becomes almost like a grieving process when he's not with us any longer. That church isn't James. Church is God, church is faith, church is community. It's not one person. As talented as James is, he would tell you the same thing. It's a process of reorganizing our thoughts about worship in this space to a different way of looking at it. And so it's an important selection that we make, and we hope to have by mid-October someone to fill our pulpit as an interim minister. After that person is named, they will help our congregation actually in a number of different ways, and we as a committee will enter then the second phase of search and call, which involves two subsections. The first subsection being surveying the committee, or surveying the congregation rather, and determining what we view and value as a congregation, what we see our mission is, what we see our needs are going forward. From that, we will develop a profile of the congregation. That profile becomes the document that ministers who are in the search process will use to determine whether or not they may be called to our ministry. That gets published on a website through the regional office, and it's then made available to ministers who are in search and call, and then we are advertising officially that we are searching for a settled minister at that point. That will occur while the interim is in their 2-year time phase. We'll actually start on that profile as soon as we get an interim in place and get them underway. One of our goals is to provide the congregation with periodic updates on our progress, such as the one we're trying to do today. These updates are helpful, however, they're just me or a committee member speaking, and it doesn't provide you with an opportunity to ask questions that you may have. So what we would like to do is schedule a forum for next Sunday between services, so after the first service, prior to this service in the fellowship hall. It would give you an opportunity to ask the committee members any questions you might have about this process, about our status, about what we see as our path forward. Anything that you might want to ask, with one proviso that there are ethics and confidentiality that go along with a search process. To honor that process, there are certain things we can't answer. We can't tell you who we're interviewing. We can't tell you, details about them. Those are things that we have to hold closely. But we want to allow you to avail yourself of that opportunity should it interest you. And I hope it does. I hope that we have people that ask questions. I've always found that when someone has a question, they're not the sole person that has that question. So you get somebody with the courage to ask, other people will be anxious. The last thing I would like to ask you to do is to pray for this committee and this congregation, and for that matter, for James. This is an important time in the life of this church, and this committee is a significant amount of work with a lot of really important decisions to make. We need your prayers and your guidance, and as James starts his new phase in life, he needs the same thing. So if you would do that, we would most appreciate it. Thank you.